Let's make this cute Christmas ornament out of a dollar store find, plus free digital download. Hello everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Studio. I am here with a project that's not necessarily journal related, but it is Christmas related. And that is making this cute little ornament that is kind of like a 3D effect to it. And hopefully the lighting bouncing off isn't too interfering with what this project looks like. Really cute, and it's got like a little place to hang it up and everything. Real simple to make, and it's using a Dollar Tree find, which are these plastic wine glasses. This is going to be the base of it. And if you don't have a Dollar Tree, you probably can find this at a party store. And it just has like the cup part is supposed to go into, of course, the bottom, but we don't need the bottom. We're just going to be using the cup part of it. Now this idea comes from the Graphics Fairy, and I think it's a video that was done quite a while ago, but it was such an intriguing idea. I just wanted to share it to you. I think it's on their premium site. They have like crafts tutorials and how to put things together. But I thought this is just such a fun little idea. I wanted to give it a try. So you're going to need, of course, one of these wine glasses. You're going to need a printout of your images. Now, I am going to give this to you for free. The Santa and the Christmas tree images are the ones I'm using today. I've thrown an angel in there. But when you do the images, you have to reverse them. So you print the image the way it is, and then you got to reverse it for the back side of it, so that when you spin it around, it's kind of the same on each side. Now, if you don't have a program that does that, I think that maybe a free photo editing program that you can get on the internet, I'm pretty sure you probably can do something like this with it. Otherwise, you don't have to use paper. You can use actual little tiny images, or little tiny I think of the name for it, but like little tiny trees, or they sell them to make little towns or whatever. And I think I've been to Michael's, and they had like little mini gnomes that I thought was so cute. What a cute idea to put those in. But you can get little small things to put inside here and have the same effect with it as well. So I will list this down so you can download this for free if you'd like to do that. But the whole idea itself is fun, and you can be creative and do different things with this idea for sure. You're going to need like 3 pieces of cardstock to make the bottom, because you kind of want it to be firm. So I'm putting 3 pieces of cardstock together. The middle piece is craft paper, which is pretty stiff. So I kind of like that idea, kind of stiffen it up. You'll probably want the bottom one to be decorative, because so that if you look up underneath it, you can see there's something there. But I am leaving the inside white because I am putting down snow. Now that's up to you too. You may want to have both sides decorative. I don't think it matters too much. I am going to glue these 3 pieces together. Okay, they're all 3 pieces glued together, and I'm going to take my cup, or go around the rim. I'm going to draw a light line all the way around. So I pre-glued the pieces together so that I can cut them all out at the same time. And because when you cut out, it's not really perfect. So this way, at least it'll be even. Now, it'd be wonderful I had a punch that matched this exactly. And even though I have a cutting machine, I just felt like it was going to be a lot of work to line it up to the perfect circle, and it's really not necessary because a lot of it is just going to be covered up anyways in the end. So as long as it's pretty close to the circle you need, and we can put this on top of here and go like, yep, it's going to fit. So it just fits over the lip there. Is what you need. Okay, so that is going to be the base. Now for the images, what you need to do with those is you'll need to draw tabs on them. So these tabs are going to be the way that they stand up. And I would actually, they don't have to match. And I would draw the tab a little larger than what you think you need, so that when you cut it out, you can cut away the line that you drew there. So when I go to, let's say I cut out the tree, I'll just give you a few tips, because these are little tiny images, and you know, it's true that it's a lot of details, but you know, I'm not trying to cut every single little leaf perfect. And if I have a little bit of white left over, no problem. I'm just kind of like going around like that. Just kind of wavy like. I'm coming down here. And then I have that. And I'm going to do the same with the next image. Now, when you put these together, of course, they're not going to be perfect, right? Because that's kind of hard to do. But as a trick, I go in here and I ink right inside of that tree, so that when they do come together, they'll be quite blended. It helps to take away from the contrast. And then I'm going to just lightly ink around, and I'm not getting too heavy-handed with it, just very light. You want to make sure your ink, you get off some of the excess ink before you get in there, if you don't want too much distressing to show. And this way, when the two pieces come together, and there is some difference in how you've cut each one out, the inking there just kind of blends that in, and you really don't really notice that they're not both perfectly attuned with one another. Okay. So once you've done that, then I fold these because I don't want to glue the tabs together. So I kind of fold them up and out on each side. And then I get in and glue the two images back to back. There we go, just like that. All right. And now I have my little tree that's ready to get glued in and stand up inside my little ornament. So I'm going to cut these out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I will give you a little tip on the Santa. And on the Santa, I cut them each out except for the tree area, because that's going to be pretty detailed. So, and I inked really well around that back of that tree. And this way I can glue these together and then trim the tree rather than trying to match them up. So just a little idea for you to consider. So I'm just going to match the Santa back to back, but the tree I will do last. And this way I can make the two sides match a little bit nicer that way. There. They just match a little bit better. just by doing it like that. And I'm just going to do a little inking there. Okay. So now we have our little figurines all done. We're ready to take our base and we're ready to make our little scene. And that's kind of the fun part. Now if you're using actual objects to put in here, you'll probably want to use a glue gun. But here, I'm just going to glue him in so he stands up. And you might have to come along the base here a little bit so he stands straight. And put in your little trees. Put this one back here. Might set it at a little angle maybe. Put that one like this. And then the third little tree. Or the second little tree we'll put in. Maybe we'll do it like that. Okay. So now we have our little scene set up. So it looks good from both sides. Alrighty. Now on the base, I want to make some snow, and you could use different products. You could use the poly stuffing from things that you stuff animals and pillows with. You can use that. But I really thought that the cotton balls really did the best for me in the end. So I'm just going to gently expand them out a little bit and start placing them around my base. So once I got it a little flattened, now I'm going to glue it into the base, or on top of the base here. And the one thing that I want to be careful to do, don't know why I'm having trouble today, I thought I got them all cleared out, is that don't glue the very tip or the very edge of the base. Make sure your glue is kind of like inside about 1/4 of an inch. Because we're going to want to push our cotton here away from that base so that the base can have full contact with the cup. Or the dome. I guess we should call it the dome now. It's no longer just a cup. Right? So just place the cotton around the base, or whatever you've got, down there. Okay. There we go. All right, so he's all done with the snow. And now we're ready to glue our base, or our base to our dome there, just like that. So you may want to put it in there one last time just to kind of check out and see if you want to move anything around anywhere. Okay, that all looks pretty good to me. I might move this a little closer to the edge, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. All right, there. Now I'm going to get a glue gun. That's probably the best thing to do, is a glue gun. And I have a low temperature glue gun. I just find out that that's probably the best for me. And I'm going to run a little line of this glue along the edge here. Just like so. Okay. And we'll stick it on our little base. Just like that. Okay, there we go. So that is all inside. There, like that. Now we're going to finish a little bit of the outside. So what I would recommend is that you put a little trim along the edge, just because, you know, there is that, you can see the glue there a little bit, and if you would like to cover that up, then I would recommend getting trim. I do happen to have some of this vintage trim here, of this rickrack, but you can use something like just a, this is just a ribbon, right? You can put a ribbon here on the edge of it, around like that. And you might not want to get too high up so that you cover up your scene, but something like that would be really cute as well. Kind of wonder, maybe I should make one that looks like that. I don't know, I kind of like the this gaudy rickrack because it's very vintage. It looks like it's an old ornament. And I think that's what I'm going to use. So I pre-measure out basically about how much I need, and so I don't have so much to work with. There we go. I'm just going to put another line of glue on the edge here, on the outside. The thing about the low temperature is that you got to work a little quickly. All right, there we are. And whoops, I'll just put this in here on the very edge. Yep, I'm telling you, I don't work with glue guns very often, so I feel like I'm all thumbs with them. So there we are. That trim down and close it up here, just like that. There. Okay. So that's on there. Get rid of all these strings. Okay, so the trim's on there. Now, for it to hang, we're going to have to put on something like, this here is a piece of trim that I got. Don't know where I got it, but it's tiny, tiny. Also, here's a little cording, something of this nature. Of course, you probably can use just string if you wanted to, but I would recommend something really thin. Baker's twine. If you got a color you liked, baker's twine is good because it's real thin type of a string. Something on the delicate side, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a little hanger, about like that there. I'm going to glue the little hanger here. Put a little dot of glue on each side so I can get that glued down first. So they will stay for me. There you go. And now I got to wrap something around that to hide the, to hide that place where they meet. So I happen to have some silver washi tape here, but you could use more trim. You could use a lace trim to put around there. You could use paper, decorative paper. You could anything that's really thin. Now this is about, let me see what's the width of this. This is a 1/4 of an inch wide. So that's just about what will fit really nice on that little stem there. It's about a 1/4 of an inch wide trim. And then of course I want it to be glued because I'm not trusting washi tape to stay there on its own for that long. And I'll just stick that in there. All right, and then that's the little string. Now there was so much that you could do with this, more you could do. I thought it would be really cute to put on strings. Maybe if I had a star punch, I'd punch out some stars of different papers or whatever, and just put a whole bunch hanging on there around that. You can get all kinds of trims to put up there. You know, this is just a really simple, plain design, but you really can make it, embellish it as much as you want or as little as you want. So I just thought this was a nifty idea that I would share with you. I hope this gives you some inspiration and some ideas you might want to do. I think what would be really cute too, if you had a photograph of a person that you wanted to put in there, maybe a child or grandchild or whatever, you can cut out a photograph and put that in there. You know, just, or some little trinkets that you want to save or whatever. So yeah, there's lots of things you can do. This would be a great project for kids, not so much working with the detailed paper cutout, but if you had objects that you can put in there to glue in, that would just be a lot of fun for them to do too. So thanks so much for watching, and we will talk to you real soon. Have a great day. Bye.